first down. It's Lambert. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down now, it's Lambert. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Working from the gun, Mahomes. That's complete. It's Charles. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
Yellow.
57 to Mike. Zoom, fellas, let's go. Watch the slant.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Eluded, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Mahomes now to throw. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 36.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
80 weapons. No. He's checking. Crack.
They'll try the left side. Lambert. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position and throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Throwing on second down. Mahomes. It's caught to Charles. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Switch.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target, but it'll be second down.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
57 Mike 57. I'll get him.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Travis Kelsey, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Check pass. He's mine. Mike's 49.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's got the front. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And picked up by the Chargers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, that maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there.
Because warm-ups were dry.
Oh, we're dry. Now you've got to make the change up, and it's the first quarter. Might take them a little time to settle in on their focus and concentration.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
50 to Mike. 50 to
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
You ain't going nowhere. Go. If you kill it, motion me out. Bobo to Mike. Mike's Bobo.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And it's complete. Henry. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down.
Get that ball. 44's to Mike. 44's to Mike. Get that ball.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. From the corner, it was Kendall Fuller with a sack. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Back.
They'll look to throw here. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And shutting him off, now open field. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback, a tight end, you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get it. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Uchenna Nwosu got the sack there. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Mahomes going to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
On third and long, it's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Yellow, I go on. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be second and goal.
Leads to second and goal at the Chargers' 1-yard line.
Another shot from the 1 on second and goal.
I'm going to run you over. Watch the eye.
They'll try to run this one in. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's third and goal. This Charger defense continuing to hold the line. Now it's a third and goal situation. They'll try to run this one in. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. And a loss of 3 to bring up fourth. Defense didn't budge on third down. Now what are we going to see on fourth?
We're soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh, yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. I think they're just a product of trying to buy themselves 5 extra yards.
And they want to help their punter out, right? Help with the angle, trying to pin the ball deep. That's exactly what they did there.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Check it back. 43! 43!
From midfield, here's Mahomes. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
They kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Back to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it. But most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out.
Oh, boy, I know you felt that one. I know you felt that one.
So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. To throw, it's Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Picked off at the 19. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you...
There goes Melvin Gordon. Touchdown, L.A. Melvin Gordon. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers get the quick strike touchdown. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense. This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 32 that time. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. A 14-yard touchdown as his guys are back within a single score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Charger drive about to get going. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Let's go.
2nd and 6. Got a man, that's Trent Sherfield. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Looking to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Incomplete in the end zone. It's 2nd down and 10.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick here is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
That's it, baby. We got work.
The Charger drive about to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you turn that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They go back to Gordon here on first down. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. Complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
first down. He'll drop to throw. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A good pick up there of 20 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. They'll set up the throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some more.
It's caught inside the 25. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 36 yards on the play. Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big, big gain.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And now the third down throw incomplete as well. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chargers take over first and 10.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tall.
Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Check three, check.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10, and it's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones able to drop in that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or two shy of midfield. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Mecole Hardman, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go.
The Charger drive about to get going. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
53, check 53.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Gets it to Gordon. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Keep playing.
And it's third down.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. We're back now in KC. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. The Chargers on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. And completes it to Henry. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. 2nd and 10. And caught by Henry. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Now Gordon on first down. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now back to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So a poor return exacerbated by a holding call makes this 1st and 10 back inside their own 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
And he will finally be taken down up at the 48. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They run the counter. It's Lambert. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
From just shy of midfield, Mahomes, and he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Uchenna Nwosu, his 2nd sack of the night.
Well, no Texas start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Mahomes now to throw. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Let's go, D.
Here's 2nd and 8. incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. He's going to fire it, and got his man, complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. They'll get 34 yards there. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. It's Gordon, and he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd down, Eckler, and he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. They'll look to throw here on first down. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back, and he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Mahomes to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Now Mahomes. And that is incomplete. 2 huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on 2nd down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die 4th down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They're just brimming with it right now.
And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. They knew they were going to have great field position, went all out, got a little too aggressive.
And you have to understand your angles. They're cut down. When they're that backed up, you've got to be careful going after him.
So a big break. The roughing the kicker called on 4th down leads to 1st and 10. Back to throw. Mahomes. It's caught to Charles. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Nearly an interception. If that one's picked off, it's over. So a new lease on life, so to speak.
A lot of times when you're in coverage, you're so focused on the man and the coverage that sometimes the ball, if it arrives, it surprises you. That may have happened to him in that situation.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 43. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter.
I down these two. 65. 65. Hey, yellow, hey, go gun. Yellow. Let's go.
To throw is Mahomes. Throwing right, and that's complete. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Yellow.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Boy, Charles, what a critical call in a tie game late.
You want to have the tight coverage. You don't want to cause the penalty. Pass interference in this case. Remember, it's a yardage foul in the NFL.
And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown. Late in the game, they look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
The Charger drive about to get going. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just...
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Back to throw. He's got this one complete to Sherfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Chargers.
Let's go now. 50. Trump. Hey. Let's go. Go. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. On the yard. Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Go ahead.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going